My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is December 5th, 2023. It is 2:48 a.m. I'm a little bit late starting. I was finishing editing this video. I need to render it, but and then I went on Twitter to check some tweets for you guys before I get started, and I added to my list because I started my list since the morning. There they are here. I didn't even count. Let me pause and count. Okay, so I have 17 tweets. Some of them started during the day, and then I went out. I was very busy, and then a few minutes ago I added some more, and I sort of rearranged them in a way. All right, so let's go on my back end to share with you what's going on. And there was something that happened. Yeah, earlier I had 3,601 subscribers. Then a few minutes later, it went back down because when I refresh it, it shows it went back down. What is it? $282.66. Let me see. There's that here, 282.66, same thing. All right, so let's do, this is the more refreshing one, the more updated one. Analytic. Oh, there's that, 3,600 subscribers in the last 48 hours, 4,186 views. And I sent YouTube a feedback regarding some of the numbers. So let's see what they say, if they send me an email. I have like about 2,000 emails on my on my account. Anyway, let's go on Twitter. Let's start with the first one. That's not it. This is one of those that I just added. All right, so I have it, but it's further down the list. Okay, first tweet. All right, this was at Princess Diana's funeral. I find it shocking how the UK media try to rewrite history over and over again. The royal family, and how awful they treated Diana, that her own brother told them to choke on their titles in front of millions of people. All right, so the squad brought this back in because of what they're saying about titles. Now they're bringing back, trying to take titles from Harry. Since last week, it's, the noise they're making with that. And I had to put some screenshots saying that Harry had already told them, they could take the title. So what nonsense are they trying to put here? So pretty much they have nothing. Okay, they can't really scare Harry of nothing. So yeah, but anyway, let's listen. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm sorry, there will be screenshots so YouTube don't flag my video. Okay,
I thought it was going to be just the same as we've heard before.
Diana was the very essence of compassion, of duty, of style, of beauty, a standard bearer for the rights of the truly downtrodden, and who proved in the last year that she needed no royal title to continue to generate her particular brand of magic.
It sounded to me like a speech where nobody had advised him, nobody had drafted it for him. It was not, the formal speech on the formal occasion. It came straight from his heart.
She talked endlessly of getting away from England, mainly because of the treatment that she received at the hands of the newspapers. She would want us today to pledge ourselves to protecting her beloved boys, William and Harry, from a similar fate. And I do that.
Wow. How heartbreaking that is to see one of those boys that he's making reference to just sided with them. This is heartbreaking. And all of these people, like I called them out in one of my videos, they all are fakers.
This here, Diana, on your behalf. And beyond that, on behalf of your mother and sisters, I pledge that we, your blood family, will do all we can to continue the imaginative and loving way in which you are steering these two exceptional young men, so that their souls are not simply immersed by duty and tradition, but can sing openly as you planned.
He basically looked over, you know, to a pew full of his in-laws and had a go at them from the box in the middle of a funeral of his sister. Well, you know, questionable.
He was saying that they hadn't looked after her and they were inappropriate to bring up her children.
And these people who's talking here, like her, one of those who still continue the same BS.
The following video was filmed on the 5th of March 2021, 2 days before Harry and Meghan's interview was seen by anyone.
In the interview, from start to finish, Meghan was acting. Interview, to my mind, this was an actress giving one of her great performances. From start to finish, Meghan was acting.
Do you think, looking back now, that Oprah went rather soft on Harry and Meghan?
I think the interview was really an iron fist in a velvet glove.
She did ask the tough questions. She had to ask the tough questions.
It was not a balanced interview.
But at the same time, I think she did ask those questions in a sympathetic light.
Oprah is a friend and gave them an easy ride.
And certainly favouring Harry and Meghan.
She was totally sympathetic. And there is a great deal in it that the palace will find deeply concerning.
Were you surprised in the interview to hear Meghan's comments about Prince William?
To hear her talking about members of the royal family didn't surprise me at all. I think she was very unwise to do it, but she's the kind of woman that, you know, wants her say.
The following video was filmed on the 5th of March 2021, 2 days before Harry and Meghan's interview was seen by anyone.
They continue the same BS that they did to Princess Diana. How could you take these people serious? How can you take the people from the UK serious? Oh my Lord, pure evil over there.
It was very strong stuff.
I think the emotional impact of his speech was so great that we just sat and took it in.
And then what did you learn from it?
And then the sound came.
So
I didn't realize.
where are these people now for Harry? Where are these people who's clapping? Harry's going through the same thing. Oh my Lord, we need to keep on praying for Harry and his little family, because it seems like there is something that hovering over the UK that there's a GIF. Is it from SpongeBob? Squidward or something like that, where he takes his brain out and put it in the garbage. It seems like there's something hovering around the UK where, not all, by the way, keep that in mind, they usually like just take whatever's hovering around the UK, takes the people's brain out and throw it in the garbage, and then they thank for them. Where are these people standing up for Harry, saying no, whatever it is that the institution is doing is wrong? Okay, but
It was people clapping outside. It sounded like pebbles rattling on the roof of the Abbey. And it was coming closer and closer. It was quite put up the hairs on the back of your neck.
all fakers, all fakers. Like I called them out the very first time I started looking into these nonsense that was going on in the UK. All right, let's see here. Prince Harry has remained close to Princess Diana's family. Diana's sister attending Prince Archie's christening. Diana's brother talking about wanting Diana's son to grow up knowing about love. It's because he knew that love doesn't exist in the royal family. Okay, so there's these images. Okay, they also attended Princess Lily's christening. While the royal family skipped Princess Lilibet's christening, Princess Diana's two sisters were there. So I'm not 100% about maybe they were. I don't know. So put a allegedly, okay? Because you know, this is the privacy that the Sussexes wanted, and it's when they decided to share that with you, we will confirm that. And there she is here. All right, let's see here. There's the hut. Let's plug this. I'll always take my hat off for this speech. Very fitting. William, if you're reading these tweets, like I am sure you do, you should thoroughly ashamed how low you have stooped to the point of working in cahoot with the dirty British press and system against your younger brother. This eulogy was one of the most spectacular speeches in history. Kay and Harry is still close to them. They are Team Diana's forever too. This speech was so powerful in the moment. I was young then, but I cheer at how he tore the royal family a new one. After a week of watching them disrespected Diana and finally coming to hear the press pretending to love Diana after all it had done. This speech was cathartic. But the thing is that many of them, like I said, are still carrying out the same nonsense. Quite a moving speech. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I believe there's more comment, but let's move on. Okay, so there's that here. King Charles and Prince William will hold crisis talks for how to deal with Endgame. I mean, how to deal with Endgame? What do you mean how to deal with? It's a book. What do you mean how to deal with Endgame? That's kind of I don't know. The allegation, you either are or you're not, because you were laughing with your mom when she was calling someone a gorilla. So I remember that.
It's extremely difficult sometimes to keep a straight face. When the Home Secretary said to me, there's a gorilla coming in. So I said, what an extraordinary remark to make, very unkind about anybody. And so, I stood in the middle of the room and pressed the bell and the doors opened. There was a gorilla. And I had the most terrible trouble in keeping, he had short body, long arms. And I had the most appalling trouble.
So these people refuse to acknowledge they're wrong. Look how old he is. When the Queen was saying the nonsense, he was probably the most, I would say, maybe, I'm thinking 17 maybe. I don't know when it was recorded. Okay, he was laughing his ass off with his mom joking about seeing someone, a diplomat, as a gorilla. And then this continue with you. You still haven't looked in the mirror to see where you could make a change. And at this point, there is no change. Your sister told us you will not change.
And when we think about this duty, this role that the king has taken on, what kind of king do you think he'll be?
Well, you know what you're getting, because he's been practicing for a bit. And I don't think he'll change. He is committed of his own level of service. That will remain true.
So what do these people mean by how to deal with Endgame? Is he telling the truth or not? Go to court and prove yourself. Oh my goodness. Okay, not that I want Omi to deal with this shenanigan, but if it has to, it has to. The same way Meghan deal with her lawsuit heads on. Okay, let's put that. I keep on forgetting to do that. When I'm taking screenshot, I want as much images for you guys so I don't make so many screenshots. Alright, next tweet. It's fun. No, not next tweet. The same tweet, but some of the comments. Okay, it's funny how they didn't hold crisis talk to Tom Brower's book and all the other books that trash other members of their family. Charles should find a backbone and stop with the them and us, meet with Harry and Meghan, and find a way to reconciliation. He has the tools and the power, and as a father, should sort this out royal family. I mean, for us, we see it that way, but for them, they've done so much nonsense, so much BS, that because Harry is suing the paper. Okay, so the paper has things on them. Remember when Harry said they trap? This is one of the things they cannot really do freely, even though as a king you have a say on things. I don't know what they afraid. What sort of mess did they did that the paper has on them that they can't really do what needs to be done necessarily? I don't understand. Okay, King Charles III and Willie Leaks crisis talks about spare Oprah interview and Victor's 23. Them you can see archetypes Meghan and Harry. The bench didn't work, and it gonna work with Endgame. That's true. Yeah, so there's this here. This is all the things that they did their crisis talk. Alright, if Pa and Willie will read or listen to Endgame and Spare, they might learn that both books are kinder to them than they deserve, and neither book is a plan for their doom or demise. Pa and Willie are fully capable of reducing the monarchy down to rubble on their own. Yeah, like there's one tweet I put out when they were talking about Endgame, and they mentioned Charles. I think it has to do with the racism or whatever. And I put a GIF of who's that actor? Like he holding his heart, like, who? I can't believe that's all they wrote. This kind of thing. Yeah, those things, they make him look somewhat reasonable. Alright, but he's taking it to another level. Like this tweet here, I agree with it 100%. They're doing their own demise. Alright, but not the elephant in the room. Let's see here. Okay, she's never too far away from Prince William. Okay, who are they circling? Is that Kate over there? And that's William. I'm not sure who they circling here. Okay, I'm not sure. The picture is very grainy. Okay, taking style notes from Kate, Rose and Bert. Oh, so that's probably was Rose. Was it? Yeah, Rose. That was Rose. Oh my God, facing him. My God. Okay, taking style notes from Kate, Rose and Barry, wife of the Marquess of Cholmondeley, wears the same 490-pound Akuzua heels and a very similar dress to the one Princess wore yesterday.
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable. You know, like I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like that is all very new. And so to be able to show like, you want that, you could totally have that, and you are enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people. Well, you know, I feel a really big responsibility. Like if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really, truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine, sure. We can have that conversation. But I'd also like to talk about women's rights. Women's rights and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
490-pound Akuzua heels and a very similar dress to the one Princess wore yesterday.
Or people are listening to what you're saying. I really, truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable.
It's too much mess with this thing. Let's move on. Let's move on. Oh my God, these people are crazy. There's so much things that's going on around the world. So many things. I'm sorry I skipped. This has become too ridiculous at some point. Oh my God, I was listening to this. It's kind of funny. I feel like I shared this before. I don't know if it's a retweet that popped up on my timeline again. But let's see here. The CommonWealth should be renamed the Stolen Wealth. Okay, King Charles, Queen Camilla, Prince William, Kate Middleton, British media, and royal reporters, you have tried to smear the reputation of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Let's see here. Globally, you have Smear Yourself. Enjoy. Alright, so let's listen to this. There will be a screenshot, okay? I'm sorry about that.
The games are over for the Commonwealth. No city wants to host these damn Squid Games. Why do we have this group consisting of ex-British colonies at all in the first place? Today, the Commonwealth has nothing in common and no wealth.
It feels like a comedy, but the way you put it, but it should. Oh fuck! I move it back to slow. Come on.
Nothing in common and no wealth. There is no money for either economic investment, cooperation, or even sports events for that matter. The Canadian province, Alberta, has just cancelled its bid to host the Games in 2030. The Australian province, Victoria, has withdrawn as host for 2026, leaving the Games an orphan. In fact, both feel that the value is not worth the cost.
Wow.
It's not like they don't have money. They do. Alberta's GDP, in fact, is over 300 billion Canadian dollars. Victoria's is over 450 billion Australian dollars. Victoria is, in fact, also currently hosting the FIFA Women's World Cup. So there is money, quite a lot of it, in fact. Just not for the charade of the Commonwealth. And why should countries even sponsor this nonsensical hangover of the British imperialism? Why should taxpayers' money, my hard-earned money, be wasted on propping up the faded prestige of the British crown as it fantasizes about its past? The sun has set on the British Empire. The crown is lost in the darkness, living in denial of the truth. The Commonwealth Games are as stale as yesterday's cucumber sandwich. Quick recap. When Britain was forced to pack its bags and exit its colonies, it came up with the Commonwealth to serve its post-imperial interests. Promises were made, commitments of service were also broadcast on the radio. From Cape...
Like I've said in some videos, there's a lot of good ideas these people in the UK have created. Very good ideas. But the ideas that they created was somewhat to interfere. Whoever, let's say someone who's reasonable, trustworthy, was about to do it, they do it themselves so they could intercept it and pretend that they are doing something. So she hit the nail on the head with that one. That is true. Okay, I'm moving it back slightly again.
Britain was forced to pack its bags and exit its colonies. It came up with the Commonwealth to serve its post-imperial interests. Promises were made, commitments of service were also broadcast on the radio. From Cape Town, then 21-year-old Princess Elizabeth told the Commonwealth, "I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong." Now, this was 1947. Just a little reminder, dear King of England, India is not part of any imperial family, nor is any other member of the Commonwealth. Today, these words mean absolutely nothing. The only thing most Commonwealth countries have is memory of shared oppression.
That's true.
Even faithful Australia and Canada are fed up. If Britain wants the Commonwealth Games to continue, it can host them itself, in fact. Canada does not want to, neither does Australia. And these are countries that still have the British monarch as their heads of state. Also, Australia has historically been one of the most enthusiastic hosts of sporting events. So its refusal to host the Commonwealth Games is the ultimate vote of no confidence in the Crown.
Wow.
And the Commonwealth. 56 countries are part of the Commonwealth, but what for? It has no purpose, no objective, and I will prove this to you. On its website, the Commonwealth boasts of strengthening electoral democracy, election bodies, institutions, processes. Why then did they do nothing when democracy was killed by the military junta in Myanmar, an erstwhile colony? The Commonwealth also talks about helping members.
I guess that respond to some of the things that I've said before. Let's say when there's natural disasters, okay, in the Caribbean, do the UK sort of send aid to help, you know, because in the Caribbean, every year there's usually some sort of hurricane or some sort. Okay, I didn't hear too much this year in the Caribbean. If they did, I wasn't aware of. Okay, so do the UK send any aid to help them and all of that? So unlike that one, what happened to Miramar? Okay, so let's continue.
Countries to quote-unquote increase their ability to implement violent extremism, prevention, response and management policies. Now to the irony of it all. Pakistan is a Commonwealth nation, also a state sponsor of terror. Mozambique and Nigeria too are Commonwealth countries. How, may I ask, is Britain or anyone else in the grouping helping these countries fight the ISIS and the jihadists? The truth is, it cannot. Naturally, Canada and Australia do not want to waste their taxpayers' money to serve the fragile British ego. Alberta's tourism minister, in fact, says the Commonwealth Games simply is not a good idea, not a good deal. Athletes will agree. Does any athlete seriously want to win a Commonwealth medal? An Olympic gold, yes. Commonwealth award, not. The standard of competition is extremely low. Last year, when the games were held in Birmingham, several celebrated athletes simply did not show up. Usain Bolt has run in just one Commonwealth Games, just one, and that should say something. Also, there is barely any audience for these games. What strategic interest does the Commonwealth even serve? Where is it placed in comparison to, say, a BRICS, a G20, a Quad, or NATO? The blunt answer is the Commonwealth is nowhere. The Commonwealth is nothing but a tattered vehicle of a now tattered British monarchy. For a country which is sinking, economically, politically, socially, for a country that had no qualms in exiting the EU but wants to cling on to the Commonwealth. Ireland and Zimbabwe have already exited the grouping. What's stopping India? Why should New Delhi continue to honor the relic of the British Empire? There isn't even a real trading advantage here, because more Commonwealth countries do not even trade between themselves much. There is a no trade agreement that facilitates a special economic relationship. What is the point of this grouping then? When an Indian travels to the UK, there is no visa on arrival for him or her, or a visa-free entry. So where is the kinship that the Commonwealth actually promised?
Wow, I'm surprised she brought this up. Okay, so this one I did not hear. I raised this question before, not with India, but with Jamaica in terms of visas. Oh my Lord, she responded. That's one of my thing here. What happened when Jamaican travel to the UK? Do they need a visa or something like that? But when you look, I did make that comparison with the United States and Puerto Rico, because once, if you born in Puerto Rico, pretty much you don't even need a visa to come into the US. Wow. I did raise that question once.
When an Indian student applies to a UK university, she gets no favors or exemptions. So what really is the point of the shared inheritance in language, quote unquote, that the Commonwealth Charter talks about?
It's
this
just
grouping,
words.
you see, is not.
It's just words. This is what the UK is good at. Nice package words to make you feel happy, confident. But the action, completely different. All right, I'm moving it back slightly because I talk over it.
Or a visa-free entry. So where is the kinship that the Commonwealth actually promised? When an Indian student applies to a UK university, she gets no favors or exemptions. So what really is the point of the shared inheritance in language, quote unquote, that the Commonwealth Charter talks about? This grouping, you see, is nothing except a tea party with stale sandwiches. 2.5 billion people in the Commonwealth countries are already looking after their individual interests as they see fit. The Commonwealth is a tent without a roof. The world is dumping the Commonwealth. Maybe the UK will do some desperate last-minute patch-up job to protect its so-called prestige. Well, good luck. The people of the former colonies know the truth. The Commonwealth should be renamed Stolen Wealth. For that is the only thing all the countries have in common.
Wow.
Britain, after all, stole wealth from all of them to more or less a degree, but steal it did. We are now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.
She's spot on. She is spot on. And when it comes with the students aspect, weren't they, I could be wrong because I was reading different things, were the UK throwing some of the out of state or out of the, let's say people from India or anyone from outside who were not born in the UK out of the country? Because I remember reading some stuff, especially right a little bit after Brexit. A lot of students were having some issues. They were throwing them out of their dorms or something like that. Okay, let me read some quick response, and then that'll be it. Okay, so there's that here. This is fire. Seems one-sided, like they just want their resources. Right now, the UK monarchy could be working to show the world that they care about the Commonwealth by leading effort aimed at solving problems in the Commonwealth countries. But instead, they're spreading taxpayers' money on hiding the wealth they stole from those countries. Like I've said, with William, okay, he likes to copy. I've said this not too long ago. He likes to copy whatever Harry is doing. So he has the Commonwealth. I don't know if he's the patron for the Commonwealth, but he's the heir to the throne. But if he wants to show his statesmanship, use the Commonwealth games as a way to unite people and copy whatever Harry has done with the with Invictus. Because not that I'm encouraging this, but that's one angle he could look at instead of hating. These people just go on the hating wagon instead of trying to do something nice. So I might as well give him a good idea. Copy Harry on what he's done with the Invictus. Okay? Because many athletes would love to, as many competitions that there are, they would love to demonstrate athleticism and see how good they are in comparison with other people. Another event for them to showcase their work, their hard work and things like that. But instead, right now, the monarchy is not even focused on their purpose, why the people are giving them their money. Their focus is on Montecito right now for some reason, unfortunately. And we're putting that barrier, that wall, the prayer to just, each time they throw their nonsense, it hit the wall and bounce right back to them. But they're not willing to change. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. I almost didn't play it because I thought I shared that a long time ago. All right, this one I shared it on my community board. The link that I share, I believe, is the archive. Okay, is the archive version. Okay, good job, Sussex Squad. Many of you called out Sir Trevor Phillip for ignoring that Prince Harry had confirmed they were concern, not curiosity. He has now acknowledged that, but instead called Omid their friend despite repeated public denial. What did I call this? They're sending their minions to do the work for them. Alright, so let's go into it because I need to read it. Oh my god, this video might be 2 because I'm already 30 something minutes and I have so much more. Okay, royal wasteful distracts from real inequality. It's normal for families to speculate about babies' appearances. Confected outrage is scaring white people and stopping social progress. What? Stopping social progress? But if white people were minding their own business let me just leave that alone. Okay, my older brother on a visit to a nephew none of us had seen for some years drove. You know what? I already know I'm going to waste my time on this. I'll read this privately, but the link of it will be in the description for you. And it's also on my community board. Alright, so let me leave that alone, because that alone already started making me think, because I already know it's nonsense. Alright, they're sending him to do the dirty work for them. Okay, it's laughable that such an intelligent man imagine a passable conversation that he knows upset Meghan so much. Quote, I love you very much, my son, but let's face it, I hope to God the child looks like her and not like you. Is he joking? What the hell? Okay. Okay, you know what? Really don't want to waste my time on this, because it's just, I have so much more important thing to share with you. Some of those screenshots are on my community board already. Oh my God. Next tweet. Sorry about that. Alright, next tweet. Parliament could consider stripping the Duke and Duchess of Sussex of their royal titles under legislation proposed this week. A Conservative MP said the, quote, nuclear option, end quote, should be considered amid the royal racism war. Okay, read more. Alright, so maybe this one I'll read. Alright, so the link of this will be in the description. I didn't read that yet. So let's see what nonsense they're saying here. Oh, I cannot read all. I cannot read all. But let's see, what can I see here? Conservative Bob Seeley wants House of Commons to deny Harry and Meghan their official standing amid racism war caused by Omid Scobie's book. Okay, I'm laughing because Harry already said they could take it, so I don't know. Parliament could consider stripping the Duke and Duchess of Sussex of their royal titles under legislation proposed this week. I cannot read it, but I'll leave the link. If you have access to it, you could read it. But it seems like I don't want to try a free trial on that. Okay. Duke and Duchess of Sussex could be stripped of royal titles under MP's bill. Okay, how about getting rid of royal altogether? This is not a squad, okay? Followed by, that's not a squad. I never seen this one. Okay, how about getting rid of royal altogether? It will save all of these petty arguments. I'm telling you. Alright, so there's this here. This is a squaddy. Your king is out there stealing land from taxpayers, but you want to strip the Sussex and their kids of their titles because Piers Morgan called Kate Middleton and King Charles racist. Because Omid then said, I didn't read the book, but Omid said with his own mouth, he didn't name any name, but I saw Piers Morgan came out and named the names.
I will never believe it. But now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
Okay, they're not only racist, they're grave robbers too. But what is it? I just found out. It's on my list that Harry's legal issues is gonna start today, so they want to make noise with these nonsense about titles again. Okay, King Charles secretly profit off assets of dead Brits using medieval laws, scathing report fine. Alright, so the royals will be punishing the victims. Harry and Meghan and Archie and Elizabeth are the victims of Charles and Kate racism and their media flunkies. Also, it was Piers Morgan who ratted them out, but they want to punish the Sussexes. PR nightmare. Alright, can't wait for the House of Lords to take this into consideration. I'm confident they will vote to strip the first biracial members of the British royal family of their titles because the white members of the family were racist. Should go over well across the Commonwealth. That's the ruling eye. Start from the top, Charles and Camilla. Oh my God. The suggestion that I'm laughing about. I cannot wait for those racists to strip Harry and Meghan so the racist royals can finally be white again and maybe they can finally move on for the millionth time. Okay, I suggest Harry and Meghan relinquish their titles, disappear for 1 or 2 years and start from the bottom, work on themselves and the causes they truly care about and do so without a peep. It can be done. then get employment and invitation on their own merit, ATM, they are beyond toxic. At first, I thought this tweet was a sarcasm, but it's not. Why should Harry or Meghan or both of them stop their lives to please these people who can't seem to mind their own business? Harry have already said that he wanted to give up his titles. They refuse. Okay, so it's not his fault. People have lives to live, so they don't need to stop their life for those others who refuse. That's the thing here. Refuse to acknowledge their wrong.
The king has taken on. What kind of king do you think he'll be?
Well, you know what you're getting because he's been practicing for a bit. And I don't think he'll change. You know, he is committed to his own level of service. That will remain true.
And change what is wrong with them. Harry decided to leave and leave everything behind. They strip him of almost everything. Harry was willing to give the title as well, but that's the one they don't want to take because for some reason this is what they could only hold, so they could, I don't know, make noise with it whenever they want. Like right now they're making noise with it. Okay, so why should Harry and Meghan stop whatever it is that they're doing to please those others who's not only lazy, but they refuse to change? There's so many examples for them to do to improve on themselves, for people to like them, but they refuse to do that. So why should Harry stop? I don't understand this. And then the work that Harry and Meghan are doing, they're required to be in public to promote their work.
Would I not do it? I mean, we're about to start filming season 4, and so I think, you know, we're just so grateful that people have responded so well to the show, that you know, if we're lucky enough to have 5, 6, 7 seasons, that these friendships that you see us develop on camera are really a reflection of how well we all get along off camera.
Chemistry really shows on screen. I'm excited for the rest of season 3, and congratulations on everything, you guys.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We've switched to the 9 o'clock hour too for these back 6 that are airing, so it'll be March 6th? March 6th at 9 p.m.
I know fans have waited so long for the rest of the season too.
Yeah. Thank you for hanging in with us. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So they cannot sit in their house and want the things to work without them promoting it. Meghan have been doing this way before Harry. After she finished, you know, spent sleepless night studying her lines for Suit or whatever other small gigs that she had to go out and promote the work so people knows about the work. So, I mean, what the hell? I don't understand these people. I really thought that comment was a sarcasm, but it seems like it's real. They want them to stop their lives for 2 years. Meanwhile, bills will be piling up. They have to pay their bills. They have things to do. And then they're supposed to stop their lives for the lazies to continue doing their stupidity? Oh my Lord. Let's continue with the original recording. I can't believe some people. And the other thing as well, this just came to mind. The institution, it's not just in the UK. It's not just in the UK. It's almost everywhere. They want the government to think for them. Or should I say the government wants to be the one who think for other people. The thing that Piers Morgan just pulled recently, where he went out in public and named the names.
The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
When Omi did not name it, obviously Meghan and Harry did not mention it in the Oprah interview, but Piers Morgan decided to blur it out. And then all of a sudden, the two people who went on national television who said they will not name it, and who wrote the book and said will not name it, or did not name it. I didn't read the book, the Endgame. Okay, but he went on TV and said he didn't name it. But Piers Morgan went and said it. Meanwhile, the media in the UK completely ignore him. And then expecting Omid, who did not put the names on the book, which was tampered with, and then claiming that they want Omid to apologize. What the hell is going on? This is not normal. Oh my God. Alright. So because Piers Morgan told the name of the racist royals that Harry and Meghan refused to name that enough of a reason to strip their title, fine. I like Princess Meghan better anyway. Alright. Oh, so after my comment, I'm moving on. Then they can also strip all those peerage given by outgoing prime ministers and any hereditary peer who doesn't bow down to the monarchy and or the government in power. Okay, so there's me here. The same responses as this, because they keep on mentioning it, so I just copy my previous wherever I have mentioned about the titles, so I just copy it and paste it. Alright, so there's me here. The same response as this. Just do it and get it over with. Alright, so there's me here. Let me read that and then I'll go into mine. Okay, pass the legislation as it will pave the way for further revocation. Alright, so that is me here. But then Harry said that he was willing to give up his title, so what's there be to humiliate it? Take it away and be done with all the drama. Titles doesn't have the same value in America. It's your character, work ethic, and paying your taxes. That's what America care about. Alright, so there's this here. I shared this already. You could pause and read it. Alright. There's more here, giving examples of what Harry's doing in terms of work. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. They don't have anything to distract people from. So that's the only thing they could use to distract people. Okay, PSA to the Sussexes should give up the title crowd. PR Harry and Meghan offered to relinquish their titles in writing. Charles and Queen Elizabeth II decline. If titles can be easily disowned, take back, it'll make that family look irrelevant and others will do the same. Alright, 13 seconds. So that's from the Docu series. Let's listen. 13 seconds.
Those I'd mentioned that, you know, if this wasn't going to work out, then we would be willing to relinquish our Sussex titles if need be. So that's the plan. That was the plan. Those I'd mentioned that, you know, if this wasn't going to work out, then we would be willing to relinquish our Sussex titles if need be. So that's the plan. That was the plan.
Alright, it was playing again. Okay, I never said I cannot see this, but she's responding to it. Okay, I never said it did. Did we ever find out how Meg's beloved dog got one or two of its legs broken? Remember that happened as soon as she got there. Cruelty to the pet we love is another soft target. Okay, that was one of my very first warning that something was seriously wrong there, and the fact that the Queen kept the dog close to her afterward made me think someone high up targeted the dog. I think he responded to it. It was something like it ran away or something like that. I think that's what it said in the docu-series, but my assumption is someone did something to it. Okay, they know about the Queen dog. But yes, having experienced that myself, that too was one of the first red flag to me also. Something went up, is not working. The ABS is not working. Alright, so that was the retweet of regarding the title. Alright, so I put the link but it didn't show up. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Yep, Harry already said you could take it, but they want to make noise with it. Alright, look at RR Dickie. A royal commentator said, quote, "It will never do for Americans to call Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, her husband's title, Princess Meghan." What? Americans, I know you don't like being told what to do by your former colonialists, so over to you. So there's that here. Dickie Arbiter. This is not an easy one. It is possible to strip them of the Sussex title, but as Harry was born royal, it's pretty impossible to strip him of Prince. The downside to losing Sussex, she will be known as Princess Henry and the American will call her Princess Meghan. That would be worse and will never do. What is wrong with these people? I don't think Meghan care about any of these. I don't think Meghan care about any of these things. But they're going, because that's all these people could offer. The UK, that's all they could offer. Words. Just words, that's it. Okay, I wonder why it won't do, since she is, in fact, Princess Henry, as we speak. Exactly. Won't do for Dickie because he can bear that Meghan is indeed Princess Henry. Rem, he's the one who warned the others royal rats that Prince Harry's relationship with Meghan was just a fling. He couldn't imagine that this accomplished biracial American woman would be a princess. All his ism condensed. Okay, precisely, there's that. But you still want our titles. They gave it away. They say you could take it. Who is ours? I'm British. You muppet. Oh my god. Oh my god. The freaking... I'm just shaking my head as I read this. Okay? We don't freaking care. Meghan, Harry have already said take the damn titles. I don't know. What does it do? Oh my god. Okay, at RR Dickie explain why calling her... Okay, I bookmarked this because of different comment under this. Okay, it's the same thing that I just read, but a retweet of it. At RR Dickie explain why calling her Princess Meghan would be worse and will never do. That is who she is, Meghan, Princess of England, and so hype your readers into a frenzy with you knowing full well that titles will never be stripped is quite comical. Okay, so Dickie has circled back around again to wanting Harry and Meghan's title, like he's been asked with coming up with a solution to make it happen. Alzheimer's is really doing a number on Dickie. That's the laugh here. Meghan keeps winning. They want to rip her titles away, then have to hear her addressed by what they hate the most and insist she is not princess. You see how evil never really wins. There's the laugh here. The issue today and going forward has nothing to do with Prince Harry and Princess Meghan's title. It's about your king, his bribe, the boy king, and his boo being revealed as racist. That's all. Yes, that's all. Nothing more or nothing less. In fact, ever heard the old saying, a zebra can't hide his stripes? Okay, this old white man is freaking out. Okay, he's racist. I've bookmarked it for when he appeared on US looking to get paid. It's just a matter of time. They all broke because of his age. Because of his age. What is he doing on TV saying such horrible thing about Princess Meghan? Okay, he is a coward and will only communicate with the trolls. Dickie is a classist bigot. Ignore him and his upper thigh daughter. All right, let's go to the next. Oh, this is too. Let's go to the next tweet. The nonsense these people are. Just pure nonsense. All right. This one I saw, it's a parody, sort of making fun of, Piers Morgan calling the Kate and Charles out regarding the nonsense that's going on, that they're making noise about. It's just a parody. Okay, Buckingham Palace PR, this is Ashley, there's the laugh. As a reminder, libel works when what printed is not true, right? So maybe let's sit with that for a second. So much shade and so much truth. Alright, so a minute and 38 seconds, there will be screenshot. Just listen to what she's saying, okay? It's only her pictures, her image that's on the video.
Actually, Your Majesty, hello, or should I say Guten Tag? It's Dutch. Yeah, no, I'm just brushing up on it for no particular reason. Curious Kathy when it comes to languages. Catherine's there too. Amazing. And William, hi, no, I love that. I love that. Yeah, it saves me a few calls. The more the merrier, I always say when it comes to uncomfortable conversations, which is what this will be. So, yeah, so you have been in the news. No, not positively, William. Yeah, well, the good thing is you should know how to navigate this because you have been in this situation many times before. Yeah.
You have been in this situation many times before. Like I've said, these people keep on repeating the same stupid mistakes. They never learn and they're not trying to change. Okay, like Anne said, it's not gonna change. The king will not change.
Yeah. So crazy that they're calling the family racist. Out of nowhere. Yeah, definitely. Beyond the pale. That's a choice of words right there. Yeah, well, let's stop right there. As a reminder, libel works when what's printed is not true, right? So maybe let's sit with that for a second. But I think the thing to do here is just not acknowledge any of this. Just let it pass. You're thinking of stripping their titles? Yeah, no, that'll go super well with the allegations. Just as a reminder, we've lost Piers Morgan, right? So let's. Yeah, no, I can call the Daily Mail.
People are just laughing, okay? Let's go to the next tweet. You know, libel only works when it's not true. So pretty much what they're saying is true. And we have Piers Morgan saying it too in another video. Alright, next tweet. Let's pause this. Okay. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle moved on. If Piers kept the hole in his face shut, today those in the UK wouldn't be crying. There's a laugh here. Everyone that knew kept their mouth shut. Scobie, Endgame. UK people had the right to know. Okay, but it was not Piers' right to tell them. Thanks you, Piers. Alright, the unbothered couple. What is it? Meghan and Harry did not say it, and they even said in the Oprah interview, they will not say it in terms of Archie's skin color. They will not say it because it will be very devastating to the monarchy. Okay? They shut their mouth. Omid said he didn't mention any name. But the other one went straight out and said who it was.
The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales. Are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
Oh my God. I think the Daily Mail is stirring the pot. They done with the monarchy. It's like, it's time to move on. Alright, let's listen. 10 seconds. I hope it's not the music. Okay, it's some music. It's nothing. It's just that. Okay, to stay quiet, that's all. I'm very thankful to the trash Piers Morgan attention-seeking fame-hungry ass. The way he threw them under the bus for more fame, there's a laugh here. His face is everywhere now, just like dreamed. He's now known as the man that threw King Charles and KK under the bus. Okay, he dreamed. Piers, Dan, Scobie, etc. also the letter. The whole royal voters saw the letter that Meghan Markle wrote to King Charles. They all saw the names more than 8 months ago. I strongly believe that pegging is behind the leak. Alright, so there's that. Meanwhile, in Montecito, peace, space, happiness, love, and freedom. There's a laugh here. Exactly. I'm so happy for them. Alright, the next one is an ad. So let's use that to move on.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.